what's happening with debts. So an announcement was made earlier this week that said that debt recovery would be suspended from the 3rd of April to the 3rd of October 2020 due to COVID-19. It was one of the government's relief announcements. The minister called it a temporary pause on debt raising and debt recovery for 6 months. I actually think that's quite confusing. It doesn't mean exactly what we think it means. So to be really clear, what that does mean is that there shouldn't be any new debts raised between the 3rd of April and October 2020. So you shouldn't be getting any new letters from Centrelink that raise a debt that you haven't heard of before, basically from now until October. If that does happen, please get in contact with us at Canberra Community Law, because that is not what the government has said it's going to do. It said that it's going to suspend all debt raising for 6 months. What it doesn't mean, this announcement, and I think this is unclear, but what it doesn't mean is that your repayments, if you're already paying off a debt, it doesn't mean that those repayments are going to be automatically put on pause. They're not. So if you have a debt already with Centrelink and you've been paying it off at $40 a fortnight, that $40 a fortnight will continue to be taken out of your Centrelink income unless you proactively yourself contact Services Australia and say you would like that paused. So if you're experiencing financial hardship, if you've lost your job or lost shifts, or things are just more difficult and more expensive because of the economic downturn and COVID and everything that's going on, and you don't want to keep paying back the debt at the rate that you are, so let's say it's $40 a fortnight, you no longer have that $40 to spare, you need to call Services Australia and explain to them that you need that debt either put on hold, or maybe you want to pay it back at a lower rate over the next 6 months. So you can call them on 1800 076 072. So we'll put that number in the comments, but it's 1800 076 072. So to be really clear, the government has said there should be no new debts, so you shouldn't be getting any notifications from Centrelink, any of those letters in the mail that say they're raising a new debt against you that you haven't heard of before. But if you've already entered into a repayment plan, so if you've already had a debt raised against you, talked to Centrelink, decided to pay it off, then those repayments will continue unless you contact Services Australia and ask them to stop.